All this action is proudly brought to you by Diode and their associate sponsors. Final round of the Diode SuperGP Championship Trophy. We're back at the home of motorcycle racing, Red Star Raceway. One championship is wrapped up. Clint Seller's done it all, but you think the championship's not really wrapped up? It's not really done. Look at the lap times he put in yesterday.
The top 10 in the SuperGP, incredible, under previous lap record. So that SuperGP race is going to be epic. In the Super 600s, all to play for there. Blaze Baker possibly could do it for Suzuki for the first time in I don't know how long. And then, of course, the 390 Cup between Ricardo Otto and Tarek van der Merwe.
250 Cup still up for grabs as well. Luca Bologna going to be fighting hard there with Otto too, so he's got two championships to try and fight for, has young Otto. But we've got incredible racing as always expected here at Red Star Raceway. Let's go and see what happens during the day.
I'm Ricardo Otto. I'm from George. I'm 14 years old, currently second in the championship. I'm feeling very good. I think I can win this championship and both races. I'm 16 points behind in the 390. I think I'm going to all shot and just try to pull away and see what Dominic can do, if he can hook up on me and just pull with me until he comes third, and then I can win the championship. I got involved 3 years ago. I started the NSF camp at IGB in Durban. And my dad runs the team and my sister is the manager. And so now I'm chosen for Red Barukis and everything. The 390 is it's a good bike. It's standard suspension and everything. My plans for next year, if I get chosen for Red Barukis, to go race in the Red Baruki Cup in MotoGP. If I don't get chosen, I'm going to come back to South Africa and race in 600s and try to win the championship, yeah. My goal is to become the MotoGP World Champion where Rossi and Marquez are, and I hope I will get there.
Certainly got a busy day in the saddle as this young man, and he's got a lot of work to do, not only in the KTM 390s but also in the 250 Cup, and two championships could be in the bag by the time he makes it down onto the grid. Rob's down there to catch up with our riders.
On the grid for race 1 of the KTM RC390 Super Junior Cup, and the man who's going for the title, he's going to try and beat the man in pole position, Tarek van der Merwe. A little crash in qualifying yesterday. How are you feeling today, and the nerves kicking in?
Yeah, it's definitely a nerve-wracking race today. Also, the championship being so close, it's going to be a good race between me and Ricardo. Also, just feeling a bit sore from the crash yesterday, and hopefully we can push and get the best results.
Well, there we go. Let's see if we can crown a brand new KTM RC390 Super Junior champion here today. It's race 1 time here at Red Star Raceway.
Confirmation of the 6 riders on the grid. On the front row there, Ricardo Otto, Tarek van der Merwe and Dominic Doyle. Tyrese Roberts followed by Chase Holcher, and watch out for Blake van der Merwe coming from behind as they head down towards turn 1 now. It's a shortened version of the circuit. We're on board with Ricardo Otto on his inside. Tarek looks like he might have just got the drop, and he heads into turn 1 with the whole shot. Otto in second place, right on his tail.
Tarek van der Merwe and Ricardo Otto are 2 championship contenders where they need to be. Ricardo Otto now already fighting. You can see he knows that he cannot let Tarek van der Merwe get out front and get away. He's going to try and disrupt the race. Speaking of disruption, there's Tyrese Robert not too far behind, and Dominic Doyle. Haven't seen him race the entire season and has rocked up here at the last round of Red Star Raceway. So definitely going to throw a spanner in the works there. But at the moment, Otto doing everything he needs to do. Tarek van der Merwe right where he wants to be. He doesn't have to pick up that race 1. If he stays there, goes into race 2 in a very healthy position. But here comes Dominic Doyle, getting comfortable now once again on that KTM RC390 and up into 3rd place.
Up into 3rd place ahead of Tyrese Roberts as well. So Tyrese Roberts unfortunately losing a little bit of ground there. As you can see, Dominic Doyle getting away, using a little bit more of the track than most riders do. And that little pit exit road and entry road, depending on which way you go around, is certainly going to come into play here. Look at that, looking back right into the eyes of his top contender. And that is not what you want to be doing down this straight, because this is exactly what will happen. Tarek van der Merwe returns the favour. Oh, Otto straight back at him though. That's just brilliant stuff, and makes him sit up. There's Dominic Doyle in it as well. Doyle just shoves it on the inside up into 2nd place, and there you go. Now we've got someone doing some blocking. Let's see whether or not Dominic Doyle is going to be a factor for Tarek.
Ricardo Otto is having it all his own way at the moment, slowing up the pace just enough for Dominic Doyle to get into the mix here, and that really has disrupted Tarek van der Merwe, who now just needs to calm down, get himself all sorted once again and try and fight back, which he does going into turn 1. That's exactly what he needs to do, back up into 2nd place. But Ricardo Otto once again looking behind him. He knows exactly what he's doing. He's slowing this pace down to allow Dominic Doyle to try and be the spanner in the works here for Tarek van der Merwe.
He's sitting in the perfect position right now. He's got to put a wheel in here and there and see whether he can shake and rattle maybe Otto's chain, but I don't know if Otto's going to be even concerned about it. He seems to be dominating from the front end. Doyle back in it again. Good move there from Dominic Doyle, just shoves it on the inside of turn 1 and makes his way back up into second place. Now Tarek van der Merwe needs at least 2/3 here today. He cannot afford to be anywhere else, but the way that youngster works and the way he works in terms of his race strategy is to go for the wins, and he retakes that second place from Dominic Doyle.
Now you can see Ricardo Otto stretch. He's making it very obvious by the looking around every time. Dominic Doyle fights back, so that once again has demoted Tarek van der Merwe down into 3rd place. But like you said, though, that wouldn't be the end of the world for young Tarek. Remember, Ricardo Otto has to win both races, and Tarek has to be off those podiums to pick up this title. Once again, looking behind him. But Tarek van der Merwe, if he can still get up into 2nd place, that'll really line himself up perfectly for race number 2. He's in the slipstream now, so we go on board here with Ricardo Otto going into turn 1. He looks very comfortable out front, but it's Tarek van der Merwe who's got to make that move stick going into the final stages of this race.
He's looking really tasty at the moment and on the attack, but on the attack doesn't get him onto the second step of the podium. He's got to try and find a way through. Pulls out of the slipstream. We're on board with Otto, and checkered flag is out. A great ride there, and it looks like Dominic Doyle has just been able to beat him. Look at that, by 1/10 of a second across the line. Tarek van der Merwe demoted down to 3rd place behind Doyle. Then it was Hulcher. Great ride from van der Merwe and Tyrese Roberts at the back. Ray Beeson from Pirelli handing out the trophies.
Coming in, it was all very interesting race.
Looking forward to the final one. I know it's got to be literally got to finish 3rd again, so the tactic's going to be pretty much to stay out of trouble and just finish the race.
Yeah, definitely.
Fought through the pack and eventually got to 3rd, and the last few laps was a dogfight with me and Tarek, and I came out on top, so it's good.
I didn't expect this race to win. I thought really Tarek is gonna win just to get the championship for the first race, but I'm really happy for this win, and I'm really happy I can get closer to Tarek in the championship, and yeah, I need to win the second race to win the championship, and yeah.
So it's a tough one out there for the second race.
Yeah, it's gonna be very tough. I just need to do what I did now and just push and just win the race again.
He certainly seems fired up now as he gets that Arai helmet on. Let's see whether or not he can go and win the second one and win this championship. He has to take the victory here to take the KTM 390 crown.
The final race of the season for the KTM RC390s here at Red Star Raceway, and it's going down to the wire. It's between Ricardo Otto, the pole position man, and Tarek van der Merwe. If Ricardo Otto wins this race and Tarek finishes 2nd, the title goes to Tarek. If Ricardo wins and Tarek finishes outside the top 2, the title goes to Ricardo Otto. So Ricardo, you did the job in race number 1. Race number 2, it's all about getting that win. Are you confident?
Yes, I'm very confident. I think I can win this race, and I really think I can win this championship. It all just goes to the finish line and see where we can come.
That's exactly how we like it, yeah. So he's got his sister Zante Otto just helping him out here now in the corner. But it's going down to the final race. That's exactly how we like it. Let's go catch up now with Tarek van der Merwe, the other championship contender here. Gets a nice kiss there from Chandra Shelley. I wouldn't mind one of those, but I'll never get one, but it's fine. Tarek, race 1, got to 3rd place. Kind of did the job there, but now race 2, got to want to go at least one better.
That's the option, but we have to get the 2nd in order to win the championship. Well, I'll try for the win, but if not, go for the 2nd, back off Dominique. Let's do this.
There we go, from Tarek van der Merwe's mouth to the racetrack. Let's do this.
Lights out and we're racing once again. Oh, not such a good start from Chase Hulcher there in the middle of the second row, but down towards turn 1. Oh, goodbye Tarek van der Merwe. He is disappearing at the front end and going to try and control this race from the front, and he's already pulled 6 bike lengths out of turn 1. Otto in trouble behind Dominic Doyle. The two of them are going to have to work together if they want to try and catch onto the back end of Tarek, but under braking, they have closed up a little bit into turn 2.
Ricardo definitely does look like he's got the overall pace to close that gap down now on the brilliant hole shotting there. Tarek van der Merwe, Tyrese Robert now up into 3rd place. So if Tarek looks behind him, that's exactly what he would want to see. His good friend and stablemate there, Tyrese Robert, throwing his name into the mix to potentially help him for the championship. Here we go on board. Oh, there's problems there for Tarek van der Merwe. Going into the 3rd lap of the race, Tarek van der Merwe has slowed up and got problems on that KTM. That is his championship going by the wayside.
Yeah, it looks like there's a massive issue there. Down on the left-hand side, I would have to say probably a gear lever, Rob. By the way, he was looking down to the left-hand side,
no.
And you can see that it's going to be a costly one. He is in gear, but he's only in 1 gear, which means he won't be able to click up and down, and he's going to have to roll back into pit lane. And there you can see actually little bits and pieces off the side of the motorcycle. I would have to say, very good possibility that we're seeing a broken gear lever on that KTM. KTM, and that has cost him his championship.
Oh, it's been such an incredible season from Tarek van der Merwe. First time out in the KTM RC390 Cup, and that is not the way we wanted to end it. We wanted the championship to go down to the wire. That's exactly what has happened in the 2017 season, but unfortunately Tarek is now out of this race. But look at his stablemate there, Tyrese Robert, who just got some funding to get into this final race, and he's now stamping his authority. Remember, in his final race in the 390 Cup before stepping up into the Super 600s, and he wants to go into the Super 600s with that number one in the final race here of the KTM Cup.
Yeah, just give himself some confidence, and of course he's got the confidence
There we
already.
go.
He dives up on the inside. Now, how does this affect the championship? If Ricardo Otto finishes in second place, it means that we have to have at least a fourth or fifth or even a sixth place there for Tarek van der Merwe for him to still win this championship. So they'll be looking to try and get him back on. The checkered flag comes out, though. Tyrese has taken the final victory of 2017. How far down was van der Merwe? Unfortunately down in sixth place.
2 points.
Yeah, championship is done. Well done, Ricardo Otto. Great ride for you in second place. A good win in the first one. Dominic Doyle also finishes up on the podium, but there you can see there's a happy man down at Otto Racing, and he's taken the 2017 title.
Yeah, by a mere 2 points, but that's exactly how we do it here at SuperGP Champions Trophy. Well done to our top three riders. Well done to all the contenders here in the KTM RC390 Cup for 2017. Certainly some future stars. Remember the names of Ricardo Otto, Tarek van der Merwe, Tyrese Robert, Dominic Doyle. They will be back.
I'm probably going to go over to the States and race in the 300s there, so this was a good way to get back into things.
Looking good, and tell us about what teams are going to be involved with and what you're going to be doing. Are you going to be coming back and forth all the time?
No teams finalised yet, but I'm going there to live with my mom, so I'm going to be a privateer probably, so yeah.
It's definitely a great way to come back with a win before I leave. And yeah, it was just a great race. I knew I could do it, but I had to work for it, and I did. And Ricardo had to let off because, of the championship, and that was even better for me. So yeah, so I just want to say thank you to everybody that helped me get here. It was a long year. We worked hard. I want to say thank you to Uncle Andy Racing, Evolve Nutrition, Uncle Nicky and Auntie Chantal from Supreme License, HBK Eyewear, everyone that helped me, my mom, my dad, my brother, everyone got me here.
I'm very happy. I really didn't expect this. We didn't bought sweet shirts. We didn't expect winning the championship, but I'm really happy. I'm on top now in the championship, and yeah, really just wanted to thank my dad, Q, and everyone helping me this whole year, and God just helping me this whole year through. And I went to the 250 championship.
Still got some work to do for that one, but you're going to go and work hard for that. It'll be nice to get a double if you can. I think importantly, though, is this just shows what you can do, and heading to Red Bull Rookies Cup, it's a lot of confidence.
Yes, this boosts my confidence. I'm going into the Red Bull Rookies Cup with a championship in my pocket, so yeah, I'm really happy for this year and everything.
All this action from SuperGP Champions Trophy at Red Star Raceway is proudly brought to you by Diode and their associate sponsors.